today we are going to discuss about the second PUC biology subject. So it includes one of the unit, that is the first unit, reproduction. So it includes 4 chapters. First one, reproduction in organisms. Second one, sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Third one, human reproduction. And fourth one, reproductive health. Okay, so it includes 4 chapters. First one, reproduction in organisms. Second one, sexual reproduction in flowering plants, human reproduction, and reproductive health. So all these chapter includes a complete picture about reproduction. Okay, so first we deals with reproduction in organisms. Okay, first we discussed about the syllabus. It includes the definition of reproduction. Definition of reproduction. Second one, lifespan. Third one, types of reproduction. Types of reproduction and their characteristic features. Then vegetative propagation or vegetative reproduction. Vegetative propagation or vegetative reproduction and fertilization. Okay, so it is syllabus. So reproduction in organism includes reproduction, that is a definition of reproduction, and a lifespan. So that is a lifespan definition, and some organisms lifespans. We have discussed about some organism lifespan, and types of reproduction. It includes both sexual and asexual reproduction and their characteristic features. Okay, then vegetative reproduction or vegetative propagation. It is a special kind of reproduction. Vegetative propagation so mainly deals with plants. So how the plants can reproduce. So that is a vegetative propagation or vegetative reproduction. The final one is fertilization. So what is fertilization? How the process of fertilization will occur in plants. So this is about syllabus of reproduction in organism. So the word indicate reproduction in organisms. All organisms, it includes both plants and animals. It is a general topic. Okay, reproduction in both plants and animals. Okay, so the first one, definition of reproduction. Definition of reproduction. It is the process. It is the process in which it is a process or it is a biological process in which the organisms produce their young ones or offsprings. Young ones or offsprings of their own kind. Is known as reproduction. So the definition of a reproduction, the process in which the organisms produce their young ones or offsprings of their own kind, is known as reproduction. Okay, so next we discussed about lifespan. So lifespan, life, so it includes a life, living activities. Okay, lifespan, span means a duration. Okay, so the organism or the sum total changes occurs in an organism. The sum total changes occurs in an organism life is known as lifespan. The sum total changes occurs in an organism life is known as a lifespan. So is otherwise call it as the changes occurs in organism life from birth to natural death. So the changes occurs in organism life from birth to natural death. That is important. Birth to natural death. That is known as a lifespan. Okay. So next, so some example for lifespan. For example, the lifespan of human being. The lifespan of human being is 6 to 100 years, and elephant 70 to 90 years, tortoise 100 to 150 years, parrot 140 years, etc. So this is the lifespan of some organism, that means the human beings. So from birth to death, so the duration from birth to death is known as a lifespan. It includes 60 to 100. So the minimum 60 years and the maximum 100 years. That is a lifespan. Elephant 7 to 90 years, and tortoise 100 to 150 years, parrot 140 years. Okay. So next, the lifespan is depending upon different stages or stages of life. The stages of life. The stages of life includes mainly 3 stages. The first one, juvenile stage. Second one, maturity or maturation. Third one, aging or senescence. Fourth one, death. That is the stages of life. So all organisms undergo these stages. That is the first one, juvenile stage or initial stage of an organism. That is a start from birth. So next, second one, maturity or maturation stage, and third one, aging or senescence. And fourth one, that is a final stage, that is a death. Okay. Next, so I will give an example. For example, if we consider a plant, so it includes juvenile stage. It is the initial stage from germinating seed. It starts with the germinating seeds. So that is a juvenile stage. So up to flowering. The flowering stage is known as a mature stage or maturation stage. That is meant for reproduction. And then the final stage is aging or senescence. All the activities or all the metabolic activities are slow down, that is a aging or senescence, and finally leads to death of an individual. That is a last stage. These are the stages of lifespan or life. So stages of lifespan or life includes juvenile, maturity, aging and death. Okay. So next we discuss about asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction. First we understand the definition of asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction is defined as the process of formation of new individuals the process of formation of new individuals without involving the formation and fusion of gametes. So asexual reproduction is defined as the process of formation of new individuals without involving the formation and fusion of gametes. So what is meant by gametes? Gametes, nothing but it is a sex cells. So all a sexually reproducing organism produce sex cells, that is called as a gametes. So in case of asexual reproduction, the word that indicates asexual, absence of sexual life cycle, so sexual life, that is a asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction is defined as the process of formation of new individuals without involving the formation and fusion of a gametes. So simply we say there is no fusion and formation of a gametes, that is known as a asexual reproduction. There is no fusion and formation of a gametes, that is a asexual reproduction. But individuals are obtained. The individuals are the asexually producing individuals are called clones. The asexually producing individuals are called clones. So what are clones? Clones are defined as the genetically and morphologically similar individuals. Genetically and morphologically similar individuals are called clones. Clones are defined as genetically and morphologically similar individuals. So asexually reproducing organisms, for example, a bacteria or a parental bacterial cell produces two daughter bacteria. Okay, so parental bacteria produces two daughter bacteria. Both are genetically and morphologically similar. So genetically means genetic makeup, nothing but a chromosome number or whatever it may be. And morphology, so how they looks like? So looks like a similar individuals, or call it as a clones. That is a clones. That means the asexually reproducing organisms are called it as a clones. That means they are genetically and morphologically similar. Okay, so next we discussed about the characteristic features of asexual reproduction. Characteristic features of asexual reproduction. Characteristic features of asexual reproduction. So the first one, these are uniparental. So we know about reproduction. The reproduction is defined as the process of producing offsprings. So offsprings are produced from parents. But in case of asexual reproduction, it includes only single parent, that is a uniparental. So single parent will be involved. That is a uniparental. For example, a bacterial cell undergo divide. It produces two bacteria. A bacterial cell undergoes division. It produces two bacteria. So that is involved. The offsprings are produced from single parent. That is a uniparental. That is the first characteristic features of asexual reproduction. So then next, So involvement, there is no involvement of gametes. There is no involvement of gametes. There is no involvement of gametes. There is no production of gametes takes place, or there is no production of sex cells takes place. That is there is no involvement of gametes. Next one, involvement of only mitotic division. Only mitotic division. Only mitotic division takes place. So mitotic division, what is meant by mitotic division? So a cell can be divided into two daughter cells. I'm already told a bacteria produces two bacterial cells. Okay, they are morphologically and genetically similar. That means, so the genetic makeup, that is a DNA is present, that is a genetic material is the same in both the daughter cells. That is a mitotic division. So mitotic division nothing but a body cell division. Body cell division, so is otherwise call it as a equational division. So it is discussed in your previous classes, equational division. Why mitosis is called as a equational division? Because the chromosome number are so distributed into two daughter cell equally. That's why it is called as a equational division. So next, so that is it is more primitive one. It is a more primitive one than sexual reproduction. It is more primitive one than sexual reproduction because the first organism reproduce asexually, that is unicellular organism. Unicellular organisms like amoeba. So unicellular organisms like amoeba, so these are the first evolved organisms on earth. So these organisms produce asexually. That's why it is called as a primitive one. Okay, next, it is more primitive than sexual reproduction. It is present in lower organism. It is present only in lower organisms. It is present in only lower organism. So these are all the characteristic features of asexual reproduction. So the first one, uniparental. Second one, there is no involvement of gametes and only mitotic division will occur and absence of meiosis, and it is a primitive one than sexual reproduction. It is present only in lower organisms. Okay, thanks.